Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show on this Thursday morning, following the attack by a deranged, psycho, sadistic 18-year-old animal. This is Black History Month, so I have to use those terms just to display how in the past, when a person of color committed an act of crime, he was called thug, animal, rogue, sadistic, scum, every vile name you could think of. But it just so happens when a European commits the same act, he had family problems. He was depressed. He wasn't at his best behavior. He wasn't thinking straight. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. The dude was an animal. He had a lust for blood in his heart, and he went after it. Simple and plain. He in the carnage, he did not care who he killed. He didn't care who was the victim. He just had a thirst for blood, like the demon he was, just like Dylan Root, just like the guy in near San Antonio who shot up the white church. He was white as well. Just the demons who have thirst for blood, and they went after it. And to hear the second look, in 1986, 87, at Lame Creek High School, which is the high school I attended, there was a school shooting. Guy came in and shot the principal, the vice principal. Bullet ricocheted, shot a guy in the leg or whatnot. I went through that. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw the panic. I saw people trampling over people, stampeding like herds, trying to get to safety. The yells, the screams, the gunshot, the echo of the gunshot in a hollow building and a lunch cafeteria. I mean, all of that. You'll never forget that. I don't care how much time has passed. Those students and young kids who witnessed that, they'll never forget it. That'll be on their minds for forever. It'll be permanently implanted in their subconscious mind. They'll be engrammed. All at the fact that you could say entitlement, but you could say it's that kind of supremacist chip on the shoulder that I'm the king, I'm Titus, I'm Titus, Titus, and I can do whatever I will, no matter who I harm, because I've been desensitized, because I was taught not to value the life of any minorities, which has life. But if I can devalue their life, I can devalue our lives, because the only lives that matter is my own. So the psycho goes out. He's upset, expelled from school. Mom passed, dad passed, depressed, and in his sick mind, what's the best way to handle depression? Hey, I go out like a rock star they'll remember my name forever. I probably get the death penalty, which I'm staying with a friend, the family that was friends to my family. They took me in, but I know this is not my home. Matter of fact, they probably pushing me to get a job or something. Hell, I'll be like Charles Manson and write a book one day, or a rock band and make a song after me, or I'll create a small cult-like following, so that's the thing to do, let me go and demonstrate the anger, my frustration at being expelled from school. So I probably don't have a high school diploma, I'll probably sit in the room and play Call of Duty all day while I'm being pressured to seek employment or join the military. So let me take the coward's way out, and it's the thinking of the 19-year-old who shot up the school, high school, which was a very large high school, in a suburban Florida area. Killed 17, wounded 14 or 14 injured. And then the Second Amendment, it always pops up. Gun control. How you gonna have gun control when there's over 70 million guns out in the streets? You're gonna go and snatch up and confiscate all of the guns, and what you gonna do? Go door by door and dig under the ground and search through the house for hideaway spots, for safe spots that's being hidden. So you're gonna demand the combinations to gun safes? I mean, what are you gonna? Come on. But see, it's that teaching, that cowboy teaching that had need back in the 1800s and the early 1900s. But in today's time, that attitude, we're in a technological age, information age. So the reasoning for that mindset is not justified. Because you can go Google, hit the internet, get any information, find out anything, that old. Now I can understand, in a sense, guns for protection. You right. You could say, well, the economy might get bad, or someone could, poverty in America, and so men would prey on others to feed themselves or gain wealth from others to help themselves. So you have a weapon, a rifle or a handgun or something of the sort to ward off certain situations. I can understand that. Protect yourself. Yeah. But then you have to account for the mind of the deranged who feel as though they're the superhero. They have to take on the whole world by themselves, because they're the only thing that matters in this world, and the hell with everybody else. See, that comes from that is Black History Month. Again, that comes from the mentality that the slave master or white supremacists gave to their constituents, gave to their family members, gave to their society, to their culture, that is if it's not white, it's not right. So when they have to face reality, the first thing pops in their mind is, how dare you treat me this way? I'm white. Oh, you're gonna treat me this way? Well, I'll show you a thing or two. Yeah, I know where some guns at. I'll be back. You just watch, wait and see. That's the mentality. that was created. Hey, you don't have to respect that black elderly man. He's a Negro. Matter of fact, make him tip his hat to you. You know what I mean? You don't have to watch your language in front of a black woman, just only a white woman. You don't. As a matter of fact, the black race and you don't have to, even if they're in a position of authority, you don't have to say yes sir, yes ma'am to them. No, that's putting them above you, so you don't have to give them that respect. Parents teach their children those things. So then when they're getting treated, when they're treated like the average Joe, or they're held accountable for their actions, where they don't get a pass, or the deeds that have been done is not overlooked like it was at one point. Hey, you white, we'll turn our head, we'll overlook it, or what we'll do is, we know this is a minor infraction, we won't let this go on your record, we'll cover it up for you, without realizing that you're creating a monster. They've been creating that monster since he probably was an infant. He just grew up to be a bigger monster. Now he turns, how can you kick me out of school and give me the same treatment? I know for any minor infraction you kick black students out, but me, not me, I'm white. Yeah, I'll show you a thing or two. That is easy. I mean, even from the Las Vegas shooting, it seems like to get hollow point bullets, tracer rounds, guns, automatic guns, to get special devices that can turn a automatic to a semi-automatic, and a semi to an automatic to shoot rounds just so many per second. It seems like it's easy for them to get their hands on. You don't find those type of weapons or devices on the streets. You might get an old 38 or 32. You might get a 9 or a 380 or something that the barrel is kind of curved. It's not the best in shape of weapons. You might be aiming at your target and hit an innocent bystander. There's no hell of a lot of gun ranges in the hood. The access to weapons is not easily accessible. Meaning a black person not going up to a gun show and buying a case of weapons without being reported to the FBI. White man goes in there and buy all kind of gun after gun, and it's so smart. All he gotta do is say, if one of them blueberries come my way, I got something for him. Well, here you go, buddy, take another one. That's the attitude. You know what I mean? We know the secret, the language and codes they use we done heard it 1,000 times. And just like the great Dick Gregory said at one time, when you had these black people, they might have been house Negroes working in the house. They had ears. They heard all the intimate secrets and details, and they knew the players in the game. They knew who was who. They knew what was being done, and they passed that on to the members of their community. So we know who changed what name, and who was a James who changed their name to a Rockefeller. We know all of it, because they talked right in front of us and it was passed right down. All the way to John Hanson. That's how we knew John Hanson was black, because they had the people were putting the John Hanson's picture on their walls. I remember seeing John Hanson picture on my grandfather's wall. On the calendar, old calendar, had his picture. They hard to find now today, but now how about 10 years 10 years ago, they started making John Hanson white. Coming up, I mean, damn. You know, come on. We understand where we at and who we dealing with and what's been done and what's going on and the purpose behind it and why certain things are not exposed to the public and why certain things are being hidden and all of that. You know, it's not above blacks' heads. We know what's going on. Trust me, we not clueless to what all took place right here in America. We're not clueless to who the original Native Americans were. We know about the $5 Indians and we know about the mulatto Indians who was mixed with white, who they put forth to depict that this is what the Native Americans looked like. And we also know that the headdress of the Native Americans was only worn by one tribe in particular, because different tribes had different cultures, but they just took that one tribe and made it seem as though this encompasses all the Native American tribes, and that's not true. Yeah, Native American history is black history. Human history is black history. Verbal Pick Radio. We're out.